I show you mine, now show me yours. Are you down to get serious? Your wildlife, coast to coast. Make it last and let's take it slow. I can't stand waiting around to dance. When will you stop and look at the one you got? You say you want to change this world, but do you really believe in magic? But you can only change yourself. Don't sit around and complain about it. All your friends, they got the nicest things. Travel a lot. I don't understand their job. In suspense, slipping right through my hands. When will you stop? Wondering what they thought. I show you mine, now show me yours. Are you down to get spiritual? Flying high, but I'm confused. You weren't always tripping and juice. All of your friends, they got the nicest things. I just don't expect them to pick up the check. You say you want to change this world, but do you really believe in magic? But you can only change yourself. Don't sit around and complain about it. Now you're out on your own, don't know where you belong. Don't sit around and complain about it. You say you want to change this world.
Don't sit around and complain about it. Don't sit around, complain about it. You say you want to change this world.
Well, you must really
Believe in magic.
Stand up and
Show them who you are. Sit around and complain about it.
Now you're out on your own.
Don't know where you belong. Don't sit around and complain about it.
You say you want to change this world.
Don't sit around and complain about it. That's right. Why did I share that song? That is Complainer by Cold War Kids. Starting off the show at the top of, oh, it takes two to make it out of sight. That just went in my ear. I don't think you guys heard that, but it went, it takes two to make a thing go right. Cold War Kids, Complainer. It said, you think you want to change the world. Well, you better stop complaining about it. Get up and go do something. Right? And the reason I shared that at the top of the show today is because the show today is full of people who are not just complainers. They get up, they get out, and they do something about it. Whatever it is that's in their heart that they're passionate about, they get out there and they do something about it. Where are we today? We are broadcasting live from outside. As you can see, I made an executive decision today to move our operation outdoors because, gosh, it is a gorgeous day in the Wenatchee Valley. Holy camole. It's been a little chilly, but today, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Today, it's gorgeous. That was what? Long Island's?
I guess.
You were gorgeous.
Boston.
Oh, Boston?
Yeah, Boston.
A little Boston. It was my Aunt Rita from Long Island fell in love with an Irishman from Boston and moved to Massachusetts. And when she got there and she stepped out of the car, she went, gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. You can see it. Yeah.
I think you have to have a friend that's from Boston and a person that you know from Jersey to kind of melt that
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah, I just did it for you.
Yeah, I totally got it.
Okay, but look where we are. We are at the Numerica Performing Arts Center outside. Oh, I have to. We're getting some feedback here. There's lots of noise. I love it. And behind us is our beautiful Stanley Civic Center, Numerica Performing Arts Center. What do you call that? A live billboard? I gotta mute this. Here we go. There we go. There it is. And what do they call that? A lighted billboard or a
Scrolling board.
Yeah, everybody loves that thing. It's like iconic. You drive down Wenatchee Avenue. When I first got here, I was like, I don't even know what that sign is for. But it always had like what's upcoming. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And so now it's like synonymous with downtown Wenatchee. So if like you're new, I say these things because I know my cousin watches and she's kind of new to this area. I'm pointing this way, but it's actually this way on the screen. This sign is right outside of the Performing Arts Center, which you could see right behind it it's right in downtown Wenatchee outside.
Down the street from my house.
So I figured since it is an iconic element to downtown as well as the Performing Arts Center, and we're going to do it outside, why not have it in the background? You're totally on screen right now putting on your pins.
I love that.
At first I thought you were putting on deodorant and I was like, no, you're putting on your pins from P2X.
Yeah, because I'm not wearing my darling shirt, so gotta support my pins.
There you go. Oh, the camera is still on the sign, so let me get it on you. Hi, Grayson. Welcome to the show. Let me tell people what's coming up today because it's a pretty packed show and we got to get through it. We're at the PAC for a few different reasons. One, we love the PAC, right? A little bit later on, I'm going to tell people about the brand new event that's being added to the Festival of Trees, which we're producing at Darling Productions, a Christmas karaoke competition.
Oh yeah, I remember when this was in the works. This is exciting.
It's very exciting. So I'll give people all the details on that. So that's happening. Tonight there is a band coming in called Atlantic Road Trip. They're going to be playing live in the Black Box. They're kind of jazzy, folky improv, lots of Irish folk influence. So right now they're kind of doing rounds in Kashmir and Eastmont. They do a little workshops, but tonight they do their live performance here at the PAC. So check them out. If you're not too spooked out by Friday the 13th. Ooh. Can't hear it, but I've got eerie music playing in the background. Are you freaked out? No?
No.
Some people won't leave their house. Some people, they won't, I don't know, step on cracks, black cats, the whole nine. Very superstitious.
Let's step on the lines of the sidewalk.
So they are not going to go see Atlantic Road Trip tonight. They're not going to go to spooky trivia at the museum tonight. They're going to stay home under their covers.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do tonight?
Do you really want to know what I'm going to do tonight?
Yeah, I do.
I am going to prepare a playlist for Jessica Mayo and Shannon's wedding reception, which is tomorrow night that I'm DJing. So I get to listen to, there's a helicopter.
I wasn't invited, but I love you guys. I saw your photos. Congratulations. I love you both.
Yeah, they eloped at Glacial National Park on Wednesday, 10/10. And then Saturday is their reception. And it's a small. I wasn't invited either. I'm working it. So don't feel bad. I'm not like going as a guest. I'm going as the help.
Nah, you're not the help.
And you know what? I went there today, this morning, and I'm going to tell this very quickly because I am excited about where we're going with this show. I went there this morning to where the venue is to check out how to do all the sound and get all the just site survey that we do. And both of the people at the office were invited to the wedding, and neither of them knew that there was a DJ. They're like, oh, there's a DJ. There's going to be a DJ at this wedding? Well, no, it's going to be fun. I was like, how do you not know that there's going to be music or DJ at a wedding that you're the venue of?
Right.
So clearly, everybody is just going to show up and they're not there for the music anyway. So I'm the help. See?
I don't see it that way, but okay. I feel like you're still there. You're still part of it.
Oh, okay. Don't feel bad.
I won't. I do, but I'll try not to.
All right. You're very sensitive.
I am. It's Friday the 13th. There's something to do with that.
You just said you don't believe in Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh.
I don't. I'm just messing with you.
All right.
Yeah,
all right. Go away. We'll catch up with you later. Thank you. I love you. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. So it is Friday the 13th. We're going to do some Friday the 13th true or false with Mr. Matthew Pippin, who is on the show today. Have a seat, Matthew. Oh, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, look at your shirt. You're so ready.
I am beyond ready for this.
I bet we're going to talk. You have your 9 Strangers t-shirt on, and we are going to get to talk about 9 Strangers, but I wanted to test your knowledge since tonight you are hosting spooky trivia.
Spooky trivia at the museum at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And it is free to attend. But you should register your team.
Yes.
You're encouraged
Up to 8. 2 to 8.
All right. Are those, you even have 9 Strangers earrings.
Yeah, my snowflake with the blood on it. The beautiful, wonderful Elmir Mester Leon.
I love that.
Made it. He's an artist based out of Cuba, and he made my beautiful cover art. And Jill at the Chamber made my earrings for me.
She's very talented.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to show off.
October 3 days.
3
people.
days.
3 days. 3 days. So that means October 16th, Amazon 9 Strangers will land, but today.
I'm big on the 13th. 13th is my lucky number.
Is it?
Yeah.
My son was born on the 13th. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. My son was born on the 13th. My sister was born on the 13th. I don't shy away from it either. There are some. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to say anything more because we have to go into Friday the 13th true
Trivia.
or false.
Okay, I'm ready.
And hopefully none of these questions overlap your spooky trivia for tonight, but we'll see.
Hope not.
I have 10. Well, I have 10. Okay. Friday the 13th, true or false? Number 1, true or false? Friday the 13th is universally considered an unlucky day.
False.
That is true.
Oh, it's true.
I need somebody to take keep score.
Here.
Okay. I have a pen. This is how it look. I'll keep score on your face.
Okay.
Keep score on Michael's face or Matthew's face. Okay, so that was one correct, one incorrect.
One incorrect.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
I really wanted to give it to you. True or false? Parasketivitryphobia is the fear of Friday the 13th. Parasketivitryphobia. That is true. I'm not sure if I said it correctly, but I practiced it. I practiced it earlier today. One for one. Correct. Incorrect. I don't know why I'm doing it this way.
Why not?
I don't know. This is why I don't host trivia. You do. True or false? The fear of Friday the 13th has a significant impact on the economy, with many people avoiding travel and important decisions on this day.
No, that's true.
That's false,
Really?
actually. I thought so too. While some people may be superstitious about Friday the 13th, there's little evidence to suggest that people don't travel or don't go out to trivia night. So that is good news for you.
Good news. Yeah.
Good for you. Go out to spooky trivia night tonight.
At the museum.
Yes, at the museum. True or false? In some cult, this is number 4. So
Yeah,
we have a ways to go here. In some cultures, the number 13 is considered lucky, and Friday the 13th is seen as a day of good fortune.
True.
I kind of gave that away earlier, didn't I? That is true, yeah. And specifically in Italy, which is my culture, the number 13 is considered lucky. And it's seen as a day to actually take risks and make bold decisions. Like doing your podcast outside on the main street.
I love it. I love that we're on Wenatchee. It's a gorgeous day. We're actually having fall weather.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The last couple of years, it's been like, it's going to be 90 degrees, and now it's 10.
10.
Like, what are you doing?
I know. And then negative 20.
Yeah.
I know. This day is a gift.
I might have projected too hard on your microphone, and I apologize.
You're fine. People are used to you. Hopefully, if they're not, they get used to you. True or false? Number 5, the fear of Friday the 13th is rooted in ancient religious beliefs and superstitions.
Ooh. I wonder if it's a pagan thing or... Well, yeah, I'll say true.
True is correct. So now you're 3 for 2. Some theories link the fear of Last Supper, where Judas is the betrayer of Jesus, is said to have been the 13th guest at the table.
False.
Oh, I was just
I got you. I understand.
Explaining
I
the last
was like, fuck. Because I've only ever heard, the 12 apostles.
Right.
Not...
Right. All right. Number 6. True or false? There is a term for someone born on Friday the 13th known as trichogabophobic.
False.
That is false. Good for you. All right. Correct. 4. Number 7. True or false? Friday the 13th occurs at least once every year.
True.
That is true. Isn't that weird? There's at least one Friday the 13th every calendar year.
I do know this. It happens when the first is on Sunday. That means there's going to be Friday the 13th.
I guess that works. Yeah. The first is on Sunday.
Don't ask me how I know that. That's just some trivia that stays in the back of my head.
Random. What are we on? Number 8. True or false? The superstition surrounding Friday the 13th has led to a significant decrease in the number of births and weddings on this day.
I'm trying to hold it in. I could not imagine. I'll say true.
That's false.
Okay, good. I'm happy to know that's false.
No, I won't go.
It. Hold it. Could not imagine.
Number 9. You're 5 for 3, so you could tie, but you're looking good. Number 9. True or false? The fear of Friday the 13th is more prevalent in Western cultures, while some Eastern cultures consider it an auspicious day.
See, I know the number 4 is considered because it sounds like death, the word death. So I know because a lot of, like, I've been to Vietnam and China, and I've seen it in the Philippines as well. But I've also not seen the 13th floor. But you won't see like the 4th floor, the 14th floor, 24th floor.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
No, I know what it is,
Okay.
but I'm like, I know 4 isn't, but I've also not seen 13. So it makes me wonder. I'll say true.
It is true.
Oh.
Yes. While the superstition is well known globally, it is more pronounced in the Western cultures because we're gullible. Yeah. And finally, even though you got it in the bag, we might as well do the last one, right?
Yeah, why not?
True or false, the origins of the fear of Friday the 13th can be traced back to a specific historical event, such as a natural disaster or a significant tragedy.
False.
That is correct.
Oh,
it is false.
Awesome.
All right, you went 7 for 3.
That's
Very
not
good.
bad.
Congratulations. Wow, a lot of that I didn't know. So that is just a little teaser of what you can expect. I don't know if you're going to do a true or false section tonight.
There
but
is a true or false.
all right, spooky trivia tonight, 7 p.m. at the Wenatchee Valley Museum. You can go to WenatcheeValleyMuseum.org to register. It is a free event, or if you need more information.
And they'll see me wearing the same shirt.
Okay, you'll be in the
Because they
same
said
outfit.
people can dress up tonight because it is Halloween, and I said I was going to go as someone who is about to be a publisher, author. That's my
And you are. So I know that we had a little bit of fun with you, but let's give you a proper introduction here.
happy to.
I love having you on the show. It's not the first time. It's not our first time sitting across from each other. I call you a Wenatchee icon. I'm going to continue to say that until
Very sweet.
it's true. But you are an entertainer, an overall entertainer, including a singer, actor, theater performer, a theater tech, a burlesque performer, drag, trivia hosting, emceeing, comedy, and now we can add a published author to that
on
list.
Monday. It's coming.
Okay, on
And what would
Monday.
have been Angela Lansbury's 98th birthday. Why not give it, up for Jessica Fletcher, So that's why I'm doing it on the 16th.
Yeah, I did read that online. Did you just have to randomly pick a date?
No, I originally thought December because the book takes place in December, and my publisher said, why not do it earlier? That way, if people wanted to buy it for Christmas,
Oh, that's
they had more
okay.
time. And
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's very optimistic, but why not? And so it's October, and I thought I almost put it today for Friday the 13th, but then I thought I miss Miss Lansbury so much, and I know she was 5 days shy 97 when she passed, but she meant a lot to me. She was the human equivalent of a hug when I saw her on the screen or heard her singing voice, and so I thought this was my little tribute for her.
Really? I didn't know. I mean, I knew there were other performers that were inspirational.
Oh,
to
no,
you,
I have
but-
others that are more iconish to me. But
Yeah.
she was still alive. But like I got Mae West and Lucille Ball on my arms. But
Yeah.
Mae West died before I was born, and she died when I was 7. But Lansbury, we all had her. you
Yeah.
know, and as Eglantine Price and Thompson Broomsticks. And,
Yeah.
up to Nanny McPhee and Nanny McPhee, but also Mary Poppins Returns and The Grinch. She was the mayor in 2018.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about
and
that.
Anastasia's grandma in 12 Seasons of Murder, She Wrote. And so people are, and Mrs. Potts, and so people our age, we grew up with her as this grandmotherly,
varied
wonderful lady. And,
Talent. Yeah. I just didn't know that she was one of yours inspirations in particular.
Oh, yeah. I got to have a lovely moment with her in New York, and she was a beautiful, lovely lady. And I was sad when she died last year.
Yeah.
But Mind Strangers, I wrote it when I was in New York. That's why I'm here to talk about my book.
So it seems like you were very productive during your time in New York.
I was, for me. I mean, I could have been better, I wished I'd had more of a spine. But I think that's also something I learned about, that I'd never make a famous person, and I don't want to be, because I don't have the spine for it. I'm too nice. And so I learned a lot, and I miss New York all the time.
That's why I left.
And but I didn't have I had the spine to live in the city. I love the city, but I didn't have the spine to want to be famous.
Yeah.
I found out, and it was nice to learn that, because I can be busy in my little town here in the arts, and be really happy and content with my life that way.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, a lot of people leave here and then they make their way back because they have to learn that lesson. And I actually, like, you know, came from that area, so it was harder for me to be like, well, this isn't where I belong, and I have to detach from that and find some place where I actually do belong. You know, and to find here is actually a little bit more difficult for people who grow up in that. But what was it about your time ingrained in the city and that life and that culture and surrounded by arts that I know we all say, like, I actually relate to you when you say, I could have done better. I could have been more efficient. I could have, you know, done more projects. Like, I think that's just the creative ambition in us all.
It is true. That is true. But I also know that I really could have. I didn't. I was too lazy a lot, which is too bad. And but I think that's also a child growing up thing.
Yeah.
That we do, that we don't know at the time, where we could look back on it and we could not accept what we did and place blame where we want to. But no, I was too lazy. I was very lazy on a lot of things, and I wished I could have gone back. Like, my drive that I have now, I wished I'd had when I was in my 20s, but I didn't have it. And I don't know if it was because I was frightened or didn't want to try. I don't know. So I'll claim laziness, and that's all me. That's, you know, nobody else did it but me. Much like why I'm doing this now.
Yeah. So you actually wrote the content when you were in New York?
Yeah.
Living in New York?
Yeah. I got sick and I wasn't moving much, and my doctor had wanted me to write a journal. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be more interesting if he had to read it if I made it a story? And because then I'd also have to think of it for my memory's sake, remember characters and plot lines. So I wrote it, and as I was writing it, when I was done with treatments, he said, "How does it end?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, finish it." And I did. And so I finished it March 27th, 2007.
So wait, I'm going to stop you for a second. Wanted you to write a journal?
Yes.
And it turned into a story?
Yes, because
so
I
is
thought
this story any biographical?
No.
How is this story a journal that's helping you through this?
Because, as I said, I didn't think a journal
process.
would be interesting to read. So I thought maybe a story would be better.
Did your therapist process this in any way in your therapy sessions?
No, it was a doctor. It wasn't a therapist.
Oh, it's a doctor.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
I probably made the assumption.
Oh, no, it was for memory trouble that I was having.
Oh, man.
They wanted to see how my progress was going, and I thought, if they're going to read this, might as well make it interesting. And that's how this started. And then it sat in a drawer for 16 years at my parents' house. My mother and a friend of mine was the only ones that ever heard it. And when I found it in February, I thought, why not finish what you started? So I was 24 when I started it, and I'm 41 now, and it's going to get published in 3 days.
Right. I'm going to just move this up a little bit because you are tall.
I apologize.
It's okay. Did your doctor give you any feedback on the content of the book at the time?
Just wanted to hear how it ended.
And you did finish it?
Yeah.
And then, well, I mean, at the time, I didn't know because maybe it was unfinished.
No, I finished it March 27th, 2007. I signed and dated it when I finished it because I'd seen it in books that authors would, here's when I finished. And so I signed it and dated it, and I thought that would be the end of it.
So when you put it in the drawer and it was a finished product, did you think it was good, or you were ambivalent about it?
I was content with the idea that I did something like that.
Yeah.
I could tell people I wrote a book, and then be like, and I understood later that if I did say that, people, well, where can I pick it up? At my parents' house in a drawer somewhere?
Yeah.
Because I sent it to them, and that's where it lived. And yeah, that was the end of it. And I thought, and then when I saw it, I thought, well, that'd be kind of, and I sent a picture of it to my friend Almir that did this beautiful art. And I knew at that moment when I sent it to him that I was going to finish what I started. Because I thought, if I don't tell anybody about this, I can just put it back and know that that's where my little story is. And no, I sending that picture made me realize I got to finish what I started.
And what happened at that point when you made that decision?
Well, it came back with my husband and I were down in, it was in Pahrump, Nevada. And it came back with us. And I, from February 22nd to March 6th, typed this up. And then Almir read it. And that's when he created this beautiful artwork. And then I sent it to friends of mine to have it edited. And I will never judge another misspelled word in a book again. Because have you ever read a book and you find a misspelled word? Who missed that? How could anybody miss that? Well, 85 people missed it is what happened. You know?
Yeah.
You just read along and you don't, like, I just finished a book the other day that they misspelled the word wait. And
W-A-I-T?
Yeah, it was W-A-T. Wait a minute. And it wasn't how that person spoke.
Yeah.
And so I, now a year ago, because this wasn't in my bingo card when 2023 started. And a year ago, I would have been like, who missed that word? And this time I read it and went, yeah, I get it. I know who missed
There's
it.
a lot of work
Everybody
that goes
missed it.
into editing.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And how did you find a publisher?
I was shopping around and it turned out I have a half uncle, I guess you'd call him. My father was doing research and found out he had a half sister in North Carolina, and her husband is a publisher. And so I got to talking to him, and he helped he did all the smart people stuff of putting it together and templates and all that. It's being published on Amazon, but he did all the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And then got me with these are called, like you could see it says not for resale. This is a proof copy. I don't actually have the real book yet because it hasn't been published yet.
Right.
And but this is the book that you get. You go, well, this doesn't work, you know, and tear it up. And but I do want to point out that I did get to put on the back of my book that this book has been pre-banned in Florida.
Has it? Is that a true statement?
No, not at all. But I think if they
But you should run with it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, there's like 11 or 12 people who have been banning all these books all over the U.S. lately. 11 people that are responsible for so many bannings that a lot of times they'll only read what's on the back and think, well, this isn't good for this age.
Yeah.
They don't actually read what happens, you know. And I'm sick of that. I'm so sick of people being, you know, they're worried about their freedom of speech, and then here they are, don't say this, don't say this, don't. So that wasn't directed at any of your audience, of course.
No, I know. And I think they know that too.
Yes, I would hope so. But so I'm sick of it. So this book has been pre-banned in Florida. Says I.
Says you.
And just so people know what this damn thing's about.
I know. That was going to be my next question. Please tell us what the book is about.
I will read you the back cover.
Okay.
Just after the Christmas holidays, a bus crash in upstate New York leaves 9 people fighting for their lives during one of the worst blizzards in recorded history of the Empire State. Not all is as it seems amongst the survivors in their isolated sanctuary, and it could be more than the frigid elements that death is using to collect them.
Whoa.
That's my story.
I'm very impressed. And the reason why I asked so many questions is
that's your job.
I mean, it's my job, but I could ask, you know, through surface level questions, but I'm honestly genuinely interested in what drives people and the process that pushes them along, because it's not easy, right? And at different points, so the process of writing this book started how many years ago?
2006. So
2006.
16 years ago.
16 years ago, right? So I talk a lot about, you know, I don't talk about religion or anything, but I talk about just having like faith in the energy of the universe and that we're going somewhere, and a path of something like this book starting 16 years ago had its ups and downs and downs probably were just sat in a book for how many years, or sat in a drawer for how many years. And that, at the beginning of its journey, you never could have known what the ups or what the downs were going to be.
Yeah. Like I'm married now.
Right.
It wasn't even legal then.
Yeah.
And
Right.
there's a character that I would love and adore in this that I wound up basing on someone I cared very much about, and she has since passed. And so it was like reading it, it was like, oh, that's how that wasn't how I had envisioned the character when I first started writing her, but the second she opened her mouth, that's who it was. And so when I was typing it again and going, oh yeah, I really did base a lot of this on her. And so it was nice to visit with her again.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. That's
She
awesome.
isn't an exact duplicate, but I based a lot of her rhythm of speech and her words on. And both my editor and my editors, I should say, and publisher said that's such a dialogue-heavy book. And they said it almost reads like a script. And I said, well, there's 9 people trapped in a house. What are they going to do?
Expect?
They're going to talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know? They don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's finally happening.
I'm so excited for you. 3 days, people. 3 days.
After over 6,000 days of waiting.
Right.
Since
The journey. Show us again the book.
Yeah.
The
9
journey
strangers.
of 9 strangers
Happening.
comes full circle to a
Amazon,
new beginning.
October 16th.
October 16th.
Nikki, darling, thank you so much. For
Thank
having me
you
on.
for being here.
Thank you. And Miss Jessica Drake, I know, has been waiting patiently.
Yes. Yes.
So. Love you, Vern.
We love Vern.
Yes.
We love Vern.
Thank
We'll
you
see you
so very
soon.
much. And if you pick it up and you read it, I hope you enjoy the ride.
Great. Matthew Pippin, everybody, 9 Strangers comes out 3 days, October 16th to Amazon. And you can see him tonight hosting spooky trivia at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. And you can register if you have 2 to 8 people. It is a free event, but registration is suggested. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Nikki Darling here with the What's Up Wenatchee podcast. We are a fully community supported podcast. We are broadcasting live from the outside of the Numerica Performing Arts Center. I want to show you where we're at. You know, when you drive down Wenatchee Avenue and you see the big lighted sign right there. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Yeah. That's where we're at. That guy, gal, whatever, is outside of the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and we're right below it. Because it's a beautiful day. We just spoke with Matthew Pippin. I also, coming up is Jessie Drake. She's our events reporter. We're going to catch up with her from the Wenatchee World. Come on down and sit down with us.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
You are
Thanks for
looking
having me.
fancy today.
Oh, thanks. It's a good fall day for boots and a little extra structured jacket.
Yeah. What are you, our fashion editor now?
You know what? Some of the very first writing I ever did in Portland was for a style and design blog.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Then you could totally talk to me about style, because clearly I'm lacking.
You have all of the swag for your company.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say like swagger, and I was going to
A
agree
little
with
swagger. I'll give you
little
that. Yeah.
you. Yeah, she says just a little bit. You have a little bit of swagger. You don't really see.
You have that East Coast swagger
Uh-huh.
that you don't get around here often enough.
Right. That's true. It just oozes. You don't want to see it come out full force. It's not. It's too much for around here. Like when I first moved here, Yeah, you'll know this because you've moved around and you've traveled a lot and you've been all over the world. Some people might not know that, but when I first moved here, almost a decade now, can you believe that? I was there was a layer of East Coast that was very like a hard shell, and it like bumped into people when I walked down the street. It was like, oh, Jersey hit you before like Nikki did hit you, right? And it was hard. Yeah, it was very, very rough.
People will say the Pacific Northwest is quite polite, but actually I find the Wild West nature of like, I'm going to hunker down on my property and not be bothered. That's pretty pervasive too. So people are kind once they open up, but you gotta, if everyone's walking around with a shell, then we're not getting to know each other well enough.
Yeah. So when I was just talking with Matthew earlier, we were kind of talking about he is from here. He went to New York for a while and found out that he is too nice to be famous, and then left there, which was fine, right? But he came back here, and I said that's like, I can relate to that, but it's a little bit more difficult when you don't come from nice. You come from hard. Like you come from the edgy, stressful, like hard place. And then there's something inside, like you don't know that there's another place out there that's nice with nice people. You have to just go like, there was something inside of me going like, you don't belong here. You belong somewhere else where there's nice people. And it wasn't until I was 30 until I left. I mean, I like you went all over the world and traveled and tried to find my place, and then ended up here.
It's a good spot to find home. I'm born in Spokane and I have family from Washington. So after, I've been not all the way around the world. I've been to Western Europe, and notably and excitably, I went to Egypt, but mostly I've been West Coast of the States. And it was time, to get kind of back to my roots. And I've been really happy with that, engaging with Washington again, with my state.
Yeah. And I mean, and you are a very talented individual in various different ways, but notably you write for the Wenatchee World.
Yes, I have been there for a year writing about arts and entertainment and occasionally local news stories. I just, this is the only sneak peek of future coverage I'll give you, but there's a local who's going to be on $10,000 Pyramid.
Oh,
she's like a pro game show contestant. She did Jeopardy. She did Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And next Wednesday on ABC, she'll be on, and she's born and raised in Wenatchee.
Wow.
Amanda Walker.
Whoa.
So that's a news story, even though it's still in my entertainment wheelhouse.
Very cool.
I brought the paper.
Oh, let's see.
So the arts.
So we are still printing the paper.
It is a print newspaper on 4 days a week. And of course, you can find everything online. As soon as stories are ready, they're up online. But the A&E pages come out on Thursdays. So you can just pick a special one up because it's nice to see all the
beautiful the
page
go
and layout design, back cover.
Skiers. Look, wait, open it up for a second. I love this. On the left side, there's people in bathing suits jumping off into the water. And on the right side, there's skiers. This is the Wenatchee right here. Yeah. And look, there's Atlantic Road Trip. That's where we're at. They're going to be at the PAC tonight.
Coming to the PAC, and the skiers, that's another Numerica PAC story. Movie screening. And then also about Numerica PAC is in the World prints and produces the Foothills magazine. And I wrote a story all about the last season of Numerica Performing Arts Center and their exciting developments like having a brand new sound system. That's amazing because they do so much music.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
There's all the beautiful red theater seats.
So I want to just pause you for a second because the Numerica Performing Arts Center, we are taking full advantage of their new sound system because their Festival of Trees, which is coming up in November, is a full week of events. Do you cover the Festival of Trees?
And I think that the Wenatchee World is doing a small tree.
Oh,
this
cool.
year of our own.
Yeah, so it's a week full of events, but then they have the trees that people donate and decorate, and then they auction them off to benefit the PAC, which is, people don't know that the PAC is a nonprofit entertainment organization. So this is their biggest fundraiser for the year, and we're taking advantage of their new sound system with the Christmas Karaoke Competition. It's a brand new event that they're adding to the Festival of Trees event week. And the Thursday of Festival of Trees, people can register, a group of people, put together a number, and then on that Thursday, we'll have people come into the theater, have them be the audience, and we'll go through the show just like a karaoke concert competition.
Musical variety show.
Yeah. And then we'll have a live text to donate and scan to donate, so the live audience can donate money to the group that they think does the best.
Amazing.
And then whichever group raises the most money for the PAC wins our grand prize, which is probably money.
I should put together a little number with the singers in my family, my mom and my sister.
Yes. And your sister is in a production right now of the last 5 years.
That's
at
it.
the Riverside Playhouse, which is going to be fantastic. I just saw your mom yesterday, and because she's helping me out with something at swap meet for swap meet, and she was saying that it is very vocally what's the word? Challenging, yes.
Strenuous.
Yeah. So I don't remember when that opens. I took
it opens
a picture
this weekend.
Okay.
I'm gonna see it next weekend when my sister's in the cast. Yeah, I say challenging because it's two characters in a couple, and they trade numbers. So he'll sing a song and then she'll sing a song.
It's all in song.
Almost there might be a little dialogue, but it is almost all sung. And it's such a contemporary musical that the lyrics are very fast. The musicality takes from all different genres. People are used to because there's so many volunteer performers, youth performers in town, we get to see these big full Broadway musicals like Shrek that they did, or Hot August Nights. This is much tighter and smaller, but there's a live band on stage.
Really?
And just really unique music if you haven't seen a show.
This seems
like that.
very unique. Yeah, impressive. The last 5 years, Riverside Playhouse, October 12th through the 14th, 19th through the 21st, and there's a couple other dates. So check that out. Your sister.
Yes, she was just she kind of got herself back into performing with the director's showcase for Almost Maine.
Yeah.
Where they had 7 or 8 different directors doing the scenes, so she performed in that and
and there was a couple of PAC people in Almost Maine. I think Woody was in Almost Maine, and maybe Marissa too. Yeah, very talented people in this town too. What else do we have going on?
Well, I know you were talking to Matthew about trivia tonight at the museum. And while you're there, you can see the brand new exhibit that just opened.
Please tell me about this.
It is, let me get the name of it right, but it's a touring exhibit from the Washington Historical Museum that's about farm workers in Wenatchee Valley and Yakima. So mostly migrant farm workers.
Yeah.
The exhibit has photos and audio storytelling and different pieces to just celebrate this huge part of the industry and culture of this part of the world, apple capital of the world, right?
Yeah, I know these initiatives are super important, and like the state tries to fund these things to travel around. So our museum is really in touch with like bringing in those resources, and I know that our community does not take advantage of them as much as we should, like me included. Like I don't bring my kid there enough, you know, and it's such a fun place for kids, and like it's for people who grew up here, and especially for people who didn't grow up here who want to appreciate it. Learning about the farm worker and agricultural history of the area here is part of, I don't know, I think it's part of being like, I'm a like immigrant to this area, you know, like I didn't grow up here, but I want to appreciate being able to live here and enjoy it. I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And the museum's a great place to engage with not just that, but the whole history of the valley. I think for people who have kids, they just redid the Coyotes Corner play area. Lindsay Brenthal did an amazing museum. So, and they have a huge capital. I just saw the senator's email that they are adding like a new entrance from Centennial Park. There's going to be stairs going into the museum. So there's plans to, to like develop that building further. It's good times for them.
Yeah, this was a great edition of the Foothills magazine, but I'm biased because it's an arts and entertainment issue.
I know, October, arts and entertainment.
So a lot of my buddies are in there, which is nice. Anything else? What else do you, I mean, like you're the one who knows everything that's going on. I should have you on every week.
Stay pretty informed. Yeah, I mean, I love telling stories. The best part of my job is that I get to interview these artists and have phone calls every week to find out more about what people are creating, and that keeps me so excited to just write and share. And I hope people subscribe to the paper because it's not just to get information, but it's to support local press, local media, telling our stories. You're all about that, and that's what we advocate for too. And it's a huge asset that we have this printing press that doesn't just put out the World, but the Comet,
right? Foothills Magazine,
so many
Apple
regional
Blossom
papers. So
the Business World,
Business World, Quincy's paper. But I love writing about the arts. What else is in this week? The Wenatchee Community Concert Association is opening their season with like men in suits.
Yeah, like the Jersey Boys.
Like that.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good program this season, and I took a look at it. They have like I forget what they're called, but they're like the Jersey Boyish kind of group. They've got, but later on in their season, they have like a, what's his name? Friends in Low Places. Yeah, Garth Brooks. I was like, Friends in Low Places. Garth Brooks. They have a Garth Brooks guy. Yeah. So they have a pretty good that's over at the high school.
Yeah, and he said, over time, whereas the Concert Association, they've been around since like the 80s, they used to do more symphonic or classical music, but have really embraced these touring acts who do greatest hits from different eras or genres of music, and that they see people loving just to have the chance to like hear their favorite songs done really, really well by talented performers.
So I know that you love getting the chance to interview and write but you and I have talked, over coffee about how the world is wanting to integrate more technology into what they're doing too. It's not just the printed paper. It's, everything is online now. They're doing multimedia hosts, they're wanting to do podcasts and things like that. I mean, being a younger person, you must be embracing that. You must be loving that.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about it. I'm definitely that millennial age where social media and for me, it really started with blogging. And when I first entered journalism, the established and like senior journalists were bemoaning the end of press and that everything was going online. And I was like, this is just the new state of things. And so I've always been optimistic about it. To that point, I'll say and direct people towards the Wenatchee World, and actually the bigger news company with communications that owns it has created their own social media page called Nabur, Nabur, that you can find on the website. And it's meant to really be a place for super local conversation topics where the journalists of the paper are responding, and we can talk about, instead of a comment section on the website, it's sort of the place to go with these moments. And so it's a little slow to pick up momentum, but potentially
no, we got totally trash talked about the swap meet on Nabur. It was awesome.
Trash talk.
Yeah, it was great, right? Yeah, they were like swap meet. I was like, yes, people are talking about this. I didn't care that it was trash talk. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, I was like, he knows. I was like, as long as people say something, as long as people are saying something. But yeah, and then some people were like screenshotting it. They're like, oh, we don't have Nabur. And I was like, well, get it. Yeah.
Because that's what you want for everyone who has a critical opinion. You want to be able to call in from your community and say, hey, where's your response to this?
Yeah.
And it's open for anyone.
Absolutely. And anybody knows I'm totally open to that feedback, constructive criticism. There's a boundary. Hey, don't attack. Like, I'm not going to let you verbally abuse me or anything like that. But I want your feedback. I think we just actually sent out something in the swap meet email that we have a survey, a feedback survey. So, but yeah, so we know that people are slowly starting to use Nabur, and I get the mission behind having that kind of forum of communication. And I think the podcast network is trying to accomplish a lot of those same goals, like be a local communications forum, communications hub for content, for topics that are happening. They could be general topics, they could be national topics, they could be international topics, but there are people who want to discuss them and talk about them or have opinions on them here locally, or figure out or talk about how they're impacting us locally here, impacting our downtown, impacting our economy, impacting our homeless, impacting our small businesses and our children, and having more and more ways to do that, I think is great.
Yeah, just a little more moderated than sometimes the Wild West of like Facebook groups turn out to be. But those are exactly the kind of people we want to welcome into neighborhoods. Like, hey, you've got opinions, you've got moments of community life that you see, come join in on that.
Yeah. I hope we can maybe do this more in the future.
Every week I've got something to say. There's plenty happening in town. If anything, the Go section is just going to grow at this point. They hired me after the COVID closures for the pandemic in good faith that the arts were going to rise back up and that people would be out and about for entertainment. And I just see growth happening, even though you'll hear from theater, audience numbers are down, but the PAC is selling out shows all the time.
Right.
So that varies place by place. Sure.
And you did a nice piece on the swap meet, pre-swap meet.
Totally.
Did you make it out?
I was there.
Oh yeah.
I was working at a booth with the Class of the Glass booth with kids painting records. I just talked to the records were donated from the Joel at the Apple Valley
Vinyl Record Expo, which is next weekend. Yeah.
Yes. So I loved being there. I had a view of the stage with like the like aerobics dancers.
Yes,
They were amping me up. There were young girls from the softball team who were practicing their own like cheer routines on the grass. The young people who were present was the most exciting thing about the event to me. I know you opened it up for like people really of all ages, and that was super vibrant to see. I loved it.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, it was we marked it as a success, and when you look around, I think at any point of any given day, there were people with smiles on their faces, having a good time and happy. And it was just a really great cross section of what we have to offer as a community. And so it was great. It was great to see that all around. So we're going to do it again. Even bigger and better next year.
Keep it going.
Yeah, right. Keep it going. Don't stop, Nikki. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah. So anything else coming up for you? What do you other than writing, and are you gonna, are we gonna see you writing your own book soon or what?
Oh, my own book. I have a script, a dramatic script that will probably never see the light of day while I'm alive because it is way too experimental for any audience.
I've seen some experimental shows. So.
And I would love to write a book one day. I've been, curious about an approach to sort of memoir and like essay form. I like writing pretty short form, so I'm not ambitious enough for a novel, but either something from my own life or like a poetry collection. That's what interests me right now for the future for writing. But more and more, I still do it in my free time. I spend a day in the newsroom writing, and then I come home and journal. So it's what keeps me going.
Wow, that's impressive. Because if I wrote all day, never mind. You know what? Because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I said if I wasn't married and I didn't have a kid, I would work all day, all night because I love it. And I would do it in my free time, and I would have a studio at home, and I would just work and make content and podcast and edit and make, I just do it all the time because I love it. So I get that. Yeah.
It's a good place to be. Love that for you.
I love that for you. You're awesome. We're going to have you back. We'll have you back every Friday if you want.
Okay.
We'll give you a
Call
spot.
me anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are awesome and lovely and beautiful. That's Jessie Drake. She writes for the Wenatchee World, and we're going to see a lot more of her. And I'm glad we'll make a little collaboration with the Wenatchee World. Why not? We are broadcasting, as you can see, right underneath the iconic light board of the Numerica Performing Arts Center in downtown Wenatchee. I have some things that I want to show you. I want to thank the committee to elect Mike Poyer for being a sponsor of this program. You can visit WenatcheeValley.com to get more information on Mike Poyer for mayor. Honestly, guys, the ballots are coming out in the mail next week. If you are a registered voter in the city of Wenatchee, you should get a ballot in the mail next week. And some people will fill out their registered voter ballot right away. Other people will wait. But if you need more information, WenatcheeValley.com is where you're going to get information on Mike Poyer, who is the front runner for Wenatchee mayor. And I say that, and I have to honestly tell you, like this, I want to show you my endorsement that I did for him, because like, I admittedly, I don't ever really get into politics. And when Mike came to me, he was like, this is what I'm about. And I'm like, I don't want to do politics. This is not what I'm doing. And it took 2, 3, 4, 5 different meetings with him of like talking to him what he's about, what he believes in, how he wants to run, how he wants to be mayor, how he wants to run the city, what he believes in, like how he is as a person. And it's not even like, because you're never going to agree with somebody 100%. And I understand that you're not going to agree with somebody 100%, right? But you have to be able to trust that the person who's making the decisions is making the decisions you have to trust them to make the decisions that they're making the decisions that are best for the city. Like you have to trust their intentions. And that means you have to question their integrity. You have to question their ethics. You have to question their education, their sense of right or wrong, their leadership skills. That's where your personality and your character come into play, rather than your politics and your stance and things like that. So this was my endorsement for Mike that has been like running on TV and radio.
Hi, I'm Nikki Darling, and I normally like to stay away from talking about politics, but like many of you, I am always eager to lend a hand to my city for the betterment of the community. That's why when I heard that Mike Poyer was running for mayor, I actually felt a sense of relief, because a like-minded and genuinely good person was willing to stand up at exactly the right moment and do what is needed for the city. Mike Poyer is the future mayor of Wenatchee.
And there you go. I try and stay out of politics, but I couldn't this time, because the next mayor is going to be a really important deal. And this is another endorsement that has really resonated well with people.
Mike Poyer is not a politician. He is a guy who simply loves Wenatchee and is passionate to give back to his community. He has given his time, mind, and effort to many projects and committees over the years. That includes his 2 separate terms on the city council. He wants to know what you have to say. Mike is honest, experienced, and sensible. Imagine that. I trust him. He is my guy for mayor of Wenatchee.
All right, so as I was explaining, the ballots for the election, if you are registered in the state or in the city of Wenatchee, the ballots will go out in the mail next week. So I want to thank the committee to elect Mike Poyer for sponsoring this show, being a sponsor of the show. You can go to WenatcheeValley.com. It was just this last week, or about 10 days ago, Frank Kuntz was on KPQ News Radio, and he was asked by Dave Bernstein who he was going to be endorsing during the campaign. And this is what he had to say.
I'm endorsing Mike Poyer. I've done a radio ad for him. I did some video work for him. So, I look at the 2 candidates. I've known them both for, 40 plus years. And when I look at the qualifications of the 2, to me, it's a pretty simple choice that I think Mike Poyer would do the best job of being mayor of our city. I look at Mike, and he always is thinking about city first and himself second, or things that he thinks second. And I think that's a huge quality to have in someone who sits in this seat. I have said that many times that, when I get up in the morning, I'm a husband first, I'm a dad, I'm a friend, I'm a CPA, and the mayor is just something you sort of do during the day. And you never want to get up and first thing you say is, I'm the mayor, right? And it's just something you do, and it's something you bring your heart and soul and passion to, but it doesn't define who you are. And this won't define Mike. Mike's a dad, he's a husband, he's a business owner, and he'll do a great job. And I can't say that the same for his opponent in terms of how I think they would handle very difficult situations. There's a lot of them as mayor, and you don't get it wrong very much about how you deal with people, whether it's at the grocery store or at the Numerica Performing Arts Center or wherever it is, you need to be 100%. You can't bat 100 or 500 at that. And so I have extreme confidence in Mike. I think he'll do a wonderful job running our city. And so that's who I've decided to endorse.
So there you have it. Frank Kuntz endorses Mike Poyer to be our next mayor. But, I always say, do your due diligence, do your research, find out the facts, the data for yourself. And WenatcheeValley.com is a good place to start that research because you'll get some good information, at least about Mike. I can tell you for sure you can get some good information about Mike there. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to give you all of the information about the Christmas Karaoke Competition, how you can get involved and get registered. Hi, Waste Management!
That's really loud.
How you can get involved to sing to help out the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and you don't have to, be good, because I do it all the time. And I will also tell you about what Darling Productions has coming up, including our zombie karaoke party. Yes. Trick or treat on the Ave on Halloween. And what was the last one? Oh, our Christmas character packages. So we're booking now for hiring us for the holidays. So I'll give you all of the details on that. But for right now, we're going to go a little bit back in time because we're going to keep talking a little bit about Washington State Swap Meet. And one of the sponsors for Swap Meet was Shannon Delaney Kraft. And she is with us today again. One of my besties. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's been a busy day.
Is it? Well, you always have busy days.
I know. It's been really busy. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good. I have a new listing coming on tomorrow. I'm writing an offer for Darling first-time home buyers, and I so love working with first-time home buyers and getting them into that first home. Like
you're meaning to tell me that somebody is actually buying a house right now?
They are amazing.
Wow.
I know.
It's like, I can't even believe it, because is it not really a good time to sell?
Well,
I don't know. You tell me.
In a way, it's maybe one of the better times to buy, in that, yes, interest rates are really high, but it's doing exactly what the government wanted, which is bringing housing prices down. So better to buy when interest rates are high and purchase prices are low, because the interest rates will come down and you can always refi. But if you bought 3 years ago and you paid at that top of the market, even though the interest rates were low, you've always paid too much. You're going to never refi it lower than that.
Oh, okay.
So
purchase price is coming down?
Yeah, the listing prices are coming down. We're seeing price reductions in droves, and not just $10,000. I'm seeing some that are like dropping $50,000 price reductions.
Now, is this mostly just on residential, or is this on commercial too?
Interestingly, commercial stayed really strong through this, which is, I have no idea. I have no idea why that is, but I just closed 2 weeks ago a commercial property that closed over list.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was shocking. It went for like 20,000 over list, and
this is very shocking to me, because all of the information that I'm hearing is that, like, the real estate industry is not doing very good right now. And the last I talked to you, you're like, I'm so stressed.
Well, there is a lot of stress in that, trying to moderate seller expectations.
Yeah.
That it's not the market it was 2 or 3 years ago. We have to price a lot more aggressively. Most of these people have a tremendous amount of equity, and we're finally back to a place where, boy, we can get contingent offers accepted again, where sellers are paying closing costs again.
Yeah.
That wasn't happening 2 or 3 years ago. Hardly ever. So in a lot of ways, I feel like, yeah, it's definitely a tougher market. Closing costs, the down payment is definitely higher, but sellers are willing to help out with those closing costs again. And I've found that agents are being and buyers and sellers are being a lot more cooperative than they were. It used to be that.
Well, I don't know what happened with us, but we had very, very motivated sellers do you remember when our property was listed, the one that we bought?
Yeah.
In East Wenatchee? It was listed, then it took off. It was listed, it took off over years. I don't know what they were doing with it, but by the time we got to it, they just were so motivated, I think, to sell that everything we're like, wait, we need a contingency. Okay. Wait, we need to extend our contract. Okay. Wait, we need this. Maybe. Okay. And we were just like, how is this even happening? We are so gonna lose this house.
Yeah. People have gotten so much more cooperative. It's really nice. Yeah, and just trying to coach sellers right now that we need to price to come in under the market rather than to be.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have no idea. There's something happening behind you, and I figured that it's probably distracting to our audience, but it looks like a front of a truck.
Front of a fire truck. Okay.
Has just been delivered to the PAC.
Maybe there's some kind of show going on tonight.
Well, there is a show going on tonight.
Oh, you know what?
Atlantic Road Trip.
Well, I think that there also is there was a firefighter, a longtime firefighter, I think, that recently passed away.
Oh, that they're doing a memorial for.
I think that's probably what it is.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes. I wish I could remember his name. Ron Roy.
Who's that?
Ron Roy.
Yeah.
Wow, that came out of my brain.
Then your brain is better than mine.
Yeah, we're doing something right. Lots of, I don't know, ginkgo biloba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to use some of that. I need to get some ginkgo biloba.
You just need to hang out with me more because I miss you.
I miss you too. I just got back from vacation.
Oh, tell me about vacay.
Oh.
You went and saw one of my favorites.
We went to Vegas and saw Pink. And that was super awesome. But even more awesome was that Brandi Carlile opened for Pink.
Stop it.
Yeah. So it was like a double bucket list.
I'm so jealous.
Oh my gosh. She was only playing 15 shows with Pink, and we were the second to last show. And she was like, Brandi Carlile was so humble. She came out on stage and she looked around and she was like, you guys, I've never played to this big of an audience, like, ever. Like,
I think that's a lie. I think that's a little bit of her act, because I think that's a lie because she's played at the Gorge.
Oh my gosh, and it's massive. There's so many.
She played the Gorge like last summer.
Well, Allegiant Stadium, I had, so for comparison.
Oh, it's like what, a football stadium?
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's giant.
Never mind.
So,
I thought you were like in a theater.
So our little town Toyota Center, our seating capacity is 4,300. Allegiant Stadium, the seating capacity is 65,000.
Somebody was telling me, and I wish I could remember who that was, that they used to sing karaoke when she used to come into bars and just sing karaoke.
Yeah,
like
she's from Washington State.
Yeah.
Somewhere, she said she's from Seattle, but that's not true. She's from somewhere,
Yeah, hunky-dory, like Hopoke, Washington.
Right, yeah, it's something with, I think, the name it's something with the name River in it. I'm pretty Riverdale or some bloody thing.
Oh yeah, Riverdale. Well, it's right outside of where Maple Valley is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she went to Homer High School.
Anyway, nice. It was a really, really cool show. I've never been to a stadium concert before. Trying to get out of there was nuts. There was like, I don't know, a river of 45,000 bodies shuffling along.
Did I tell you the time I went and saw Pink?
if you did, I don't tell me again.
So the one and only time I went and saw Pink, it was in between my freshman and sophomore year of college. So I was 17 because I started college when I was 17.
Yeah.
I was 18. So I probably turned 18. Yeah. So I was 18 years old, living on my own. And this was like her debut album. Misunderstood.
I love that
era.
one.
This was before she blew up,
Right.
or she was huge. She was playing this little rinky dink venue in New Jersey. Right? Like we're talking stage, maybe a 500-600 seater place.
Yeah.
And me and my friend made a big, huge poster counting down the days, because that's how cool we were. Counting down the days to our front row tickets we had to Pink.
Nice.
Right? Because we bought them way early and we were geeky like that. And we went, and it was literally where I'm sitting were our seats, and where you're sitting was the stage.
Oh, wow.
And she literally would come to the front of the stage and kind of kneel down and like sing on her knees, and I could like put my hand on her thigh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We were in the total.
it was like a dreamy bisexual moment.
Oh,
it was
God.
awesome.
We were in like the nosebleed section, like literally the 300 section. We were so far away. They almost looked like ants out there on the stage. But thankfully they had the big, screen so you could see. But yeah, anyway, it was quite an experience. And we did get to see a couple Cirque shows down there. We saw the Beatles Love, and we saw
Yeah.
And we beat Omega Mart. I know you probably all don't know what Omega Mart is.
No.
But imagine a psychedelic art installation combined with an escape room. And that's Omega Mart.
Say it again.
A psychedelic art installation combined with an escape room.
Were you on LSD?
No.
You did it totally sober?
Yeah, I did.
I'm very disappointed in you.
know.
I'm just kidding.
I hardly drank anything in Vegas. I had one day where I had one of those, those tall, skinny blended things.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake because it was like 90 some degrees, and I was sitting there enjoying my blended fruity beverage, and then I got up and I was like, uh-oh. And I could only walk maybe 500 feet before I'd have to sit down and take a break. And then I'd make it another 500 feet and sit down. So
You're
I was like,
lightweight.
okay, I'm done. I'm just, Shannon Kraft has 0 tolerance for alcohol.
I don't drink alcohol, so I can't. I'm probably no better. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a really good time.
I'm glad, but I'm glad you're back.
I'm really glad I'm back. I missed my small, quiet town. I missed my friends and my kids and my critters.
Right. Yeah. And you were like back to work the very next day. So.
I didn't really stop working while I was down there. I had my laptop and, phone calls, text messages, emails, sending addendums, gathering signatures, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah. So if people, back to not to like bring it back to real estate, but you're kind of my real estate person.
Yeah.
If people, because I know a couple of commercial places that are coming up, and if people were thinking about buying property right now, what would you advise them to do?
I think it just depends on like what is the end game. Like if you are looking to buy and hold, like you're looking like you're going to be there 10 years down the road, then absolutely do it. If you're looking to like, just buy something and flip it, then probably not. This is probably not the time for that. But I think that real estate, it always goes up. It literally always goes up in value.
Right.
And it goes up in value a lot faster than the stock market does. It's a much more stable asset.
So real estate's always a good investment if you can make it happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're able to get into rental property, whether it be residential or commercial, somebody else is essentially paying your mortgage, you're building equity all along, and so I mean there's definitely a lot of different venues for real estate and what makes sense for different investors. I've also seen a lot of commercial stuff that is selling for like seller financing. And so that's another great option for buyers and sellers, really. If the buyer is able to come in with enough of a down payment, but maybe they don't want to go get a traditional loan because of interest rates, if the seller is in a position to carry the contract, then the seller is making the interest on it. So
there's always options.
Always options.
All right.
Sometimes you just got to get creative.
I know. And this is a world that I don't really know anything about.
Yeah.
So I love that we get to have conversations. And I got over, okay, so there's a song that starts out, it goes, "One day I woke up and decided to kill my ego." And I really,
we should all do that.
Right? Like I had to wake up one day and put my pride aside because I realized there's so much that I don't know. And I ask a lot of questions and there's just a lot about life that I just wasn't ever taught.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So when I don't know something, even if it's something simple about a mortgage or like what is a mortgage rate, what is APR, like what is this, like maybe to other people it's obvious questions, but hey, maybe I'm like, no, we have to start back from the basics. Bring me back to the basics. And I threw away that feeling of feeling stupid.
No, you shouldn't feel stupid. I mean, it's everybody, has their area of expertise. I know nothing about podcasting. If I had questions about podcasting, I'd be coming to you first.
Well, I wish as many people were dipping into podcasting as they were buying houses. Yeah, because that would be nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people they're just looking at what they're paying for rent, and that's money that's just gone.
I thought that for so long. Yeah, but it's that hurdle. How do you get over the hurdle of getting approved for a mortgage?
Well, right.
If you've never had one, if you are just, for me at the time, I was just one person, single person, and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to get a mortgage just on my own. And you never know until you try.
Yeah, you don't. And one of the things too that lenders are fantastic about is they can give you a roadmap. Like, you can go, it costs nothing to go in and do a loan application and sit down with a lender. They can look at your whole picture. They can let you know, okay, well, here's where you're at now. And if you want to be here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many steps to take to get there. And they just lay that roadmap.
That's not a criticism.
No,
it's a roadmap.
It's a roadmap.
It's like, hey, here, fix your credit. Get some money in the bank. This is how much you need.
I needed that roadmap after I went through my divorce, and I had to figure out exactly where I needed to be able to refi my house into my name so that my ex-husband's name wouldn't be tied to that mortgage indefinitely. And I went to a lender, who, and being self-employed, they're basing it on my net, not my gross. And so she coached me that be careful of how many write-offs you're taking, because you need your net to look, it's not about your gross, it's about your net. I had no idea that I was an authorized user on 2 credit cards that my husband, ex-husband had. He had tried to set up auto payments. For whatever reason, it failed. And it was dinging my credit horribly just from 2 missed payments where we had a perfect credit history. It wasn't intentional on his part, know. So getting myself off as an authorized user on those accounts. then, my dad put me on as an authorized user on one of his accounts because he had stellar credit and a really long credit history to help bolster my score back
Oh,
up.
that's smart.
Right.
That's so smart.
But those were all things that the lender recommended doing. I wouldn't have known. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have known any of that had that lender not,
For sure.
given me the roadmap.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And people have a hard time with that, I think.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's being vulnerable,
Well-
being open to criticism, not even criticism, just
No.
open to
Coaching.
judgment. Like they think people are going to judge them openly. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to be coachable. I mean, I've had potential buyers who've reached out to me and I've gotten them in with a lender who let them know, like, hey, here's, the things you need to do to get to where you need to be. Well, that just seemed like too long of a road for them.
Yeah.
So rather than like follow the steps so they could get to a place of home ownership, they went out and financed a new car. And I'm like, you're not going to live in your car, are you?
Right. Yeah.
So
Because if you
it's-
take out credit, that's not going to get you closer
it's
to a
going
new
to
home.
go against your debt to income ratio.
Which I didn't know, and I learned that through this process. And furthermore, if you have a lender that you feel is judging you, get a different lender.
Get a different lender.
Yeah, because that's not a good lender.
No.
Like your lender, you actually have a relationship
yeah.
with. Like you have to be able to trust like that person is an advocate for you and an informer for you.
Absolutely.
All of those things. So you have to have a good, comfortable relationship with your lender and feel like they're not judging you. So wake up and decide to kill your ego.
Right.
That's the best thing that you could do
Yeah.
for yourself any given day.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
The end.
Yes. And don't finance things that lose
Oh, yeah.
value.
Yeah,
If it's on wheels, don't finance it. Like, I can tell you that I drive cars that are old, and I pay a lot less to keep 3 old vehicles.
I know,
running.
Shannon, but not everybody lives a life like you.
I know.
You
But you
live
have
a
to
very
live-
humble,
but-
simple
Yeah, I
life.
know, but as Dave Ramsey says, live like no one else now so you can live like no one else later.
Okay. I do. I like Dave Ramsey. He's very good.
Yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
good.
So anyway,
All right. I
thought
love you.
I love you.
You thought we were gonna talk swap meet.
I know, but
Have we ever told the story about the woman that you met?
I don't think we have.
Really?
Well, I haven't been on the show since the swap meet. We tried once,
Oh.
but then I don't remember what happened. But
So okay, so let's go back to the swap meet, and you were a very unique sponsor in that you sponsored the vendor scholarship.
Yeah.
So I came to you. I said we have this need. There's some vendors potential vendors who want to register. They just are in financial hardship. So if we could cover their registration fee, then they would be able to participate and then make some money for themselves and their business. And you said,
I said, awesome, let's do it.
yeah, as usual. And you did that. You gave that opportunity. So we put the call out and we're able to fill those spots. No problem. No problem.
We're gonna have to double down next year.
I think so. For sure.
Yeah.
And
No, it was really neat. It was really neat when Nikki took me around in the little golf cart and introduced me to the different vendors that I sponsored, and getting to meet them and getting to talk to them and realize like what a difference it made for them. I can't really talk about it too much because I'll cry on air, but it was really a beautiful thing to realize like sometimes like really small things, a small pebble can create big waves.
yeah, I didn't even realize the impact either. Probably until the second day of swap meet. I had met one of the recipients at another event a few months prior to swap meet, they wanted to participate in swap meet. They actually said they couldn't make it because of another event. Their schedule changed. Then they had this hardship and reached out to me personally. And that had been the backstory to this particular person that you met, or one of the people that you met.
Yeah.
And this person, that's why I love this so much, because this person in particular didn't just show up, sell their stuff. They split their space with like 2 other people.
Right. Who are also incredibly lovely people. Like, you know, I walked into their booth as a stranger, and I mean, there were so many hugs and tears shared between us. It was just the most beautiful, heartwarming. It was a beautiful experience.
Because they genuinely appreciated being there.
Yeah.
They took advantage of the opportunity. They showed up. Their booth looked great. They were out interacting with people. And they every time I came by and asked them if they were okay, they were just, yeah. They were just so positive.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't know really how good or bad, you know, I don't ask specifics. Right. I just said, hey, you have a need? Yes, we'll help.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to know how good or bad your situation is. You say you have a need, okay, I'll help.
Right.
And she got to explain, you know, her more specifically her needs and the people's needs, and some are medical, some are financial, some are physical, and it's all a little bit different, but everybody has their cross to bear. Everybody has their thing.
Absolutely.
And you just realize that gratitude is an action, right?
Yeah.
Gratitude isn't words. Gratitude isn't really saying thank you. Like, gratitude was me bringing you over there, her giving you a hug, saying like, letting you feel how appreciative she was for you, giving her the opportunity.
The energetic connection there was amazing. And we're now, you know, we're Facebook friends. We communicate. I just absolutely love her. And it's just been thank you for like finding a way for me to be a part of that in a really meaningful and impactful way. I love that.
You're welcome. I love you so much.
I love you.
Oh, so have I told you my crazy idea that we're going to be doing for the holiday season?
Well, I did read some of the emails.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am.
What did you read?
I read about the karaoke Christmas. I'm like, dang it, I don't really know very many Christmas carols. I know, like,
it doesn't have to be a Christmas song for one.
Good. Well, that's good, because I was like, I don't think that getting up and singing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is probably going to do it.
Oh, you totally could. But what about getting your Coldwell Banker peeps together to promote your office?
I can do my best. I literally never go to my office.
I know.
Though.
Oh, that's true.
I don't. I mean, I park my car there and walk downtown sometimes, but I work from home.
When it says groups, it just means like 2 or more people. So it could be like you and Grayson could be a group.
Yeah. I should get Justin to learn that Going On Down to Jackson song by Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash, and we could do a duet of that.
As long as it isn't you and my husband singing.
Oh no, we can't sing that.
No,
that would not be
Thank you for stopping me. That would not be appropriate.
Yeah, but it is really fun to do that song with your husband.
Not appropriate for the
No.
The Festival of Trees
Not at all.
Christmas karaoke competition.
But I freaking love Ryan. He definitely gets me in touch with my inner child.
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh,
right?
My inner punk rock girl.
So there's, I think, there's 20 spots originally. They're going.
Good.
So
Good.
$25 to register, and then you build your group. And the date is November 16th. It's the Thursday of the Festival of Trees Week. And then it's a show. Like, we'll have it on stage. We'll have lights, professional sound, the big projector screen for the lyrics, the karaoke lyrics. And then we open up to the audience, right? Audience, it's free for the audience to come in, sit in the theater, and then the karaoke groups will perform on the stage out to the audience, and it's going to be awesome.
Very good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And then while they're performing, up on the projector, there'll be a live text to donate or scan to donate.
Nice.
Individually for each group.
Nice.
And then whichever group raises the most money wins our prize.
Nice. That's awesome.
So you can do it? Yeah.
I'll have to think about it.
Oh,
honestly.
you're in. You got to be in.
I know. I'm just. Oh man.
Oh, and also, you're in.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
I have to find.
I should have wrangled in Matthew Pippin.
Oh my
gosh,
he would be amazing.
He has to get a group together, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Can you get on that, Grayson?
Yes.
Thank you. All right.
I can't. I mean, going up against the great Matthew Pippin, like
Don't do that.
I'm not worthy.
It's all about raising money for
I know
the
it.
PAC.
I know. Matthew is just the best. Oh my gosh.
He is.
Freaking love
Well,
him.
he's close to the best.
Well,
I'm the best. No,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
hey, wait,
I'm
I
so
thought
not.
We talked about ego.
Oh my god, it's so not the best.
So what's the other thing? Is it the
We've got the Christmas Karaoke Competition. That's November 16th, but registration is open now at numericapac.org. Mark your calendar. October 28th is going to be a busy day because it's Make a Difference Day. Like all over.
Oh, yeah, you talked to me about
I did talk to you about this. But between the hours and between 9 and 4, down at Pybus, there's tabling, and they got to do a drive-through where you can do different groups are set up for donations.
Nice.
And we'll be set up to take donations and cards and gift cards, or maybe handmade cards for people who are our recipients for the Give Miss Project.
Nice.
Which will be every day in December. You were one of our recipients last year.
That's how we met.
Yes.
That's where it started with us.
Wait. Almost everybody on the show today, besides Matthew, was a recipient last year.
Wow.
Look at that.
Huh.
So we're going to be taking nominations. So you can come and nominate somebody as a recipient for Give Miss. It's just somebody who has, I don't know, been through a lot, has overcome, persevered, had a great year, just should be recognized for their being this year. And every day in December, we'll acknowledge a different person, and then we give them a Give Miss gift package. So we'll also be taking donations for those packages during the Make a Difference Day between 9 and 4.
Awesome. I love that.
And then at night or afternoon and evening is they do a Haunted Manson over in Manson.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
And it's a whole block party.
Yeah.
And so they shut down the streets and you party.
Wow.
And you get to walk the streets and do like different activities, and there'll be different bands. And we'll be hosting the Zombie Karaoke Party.
Now that sounds fun.
Outside of Lord and Lady, which was one of our other sponsors for Swap Meet. They have a pretty cool like antique resale store and up there in Manson, and they were gonna have like a parking lot party with a stage, and
I'm totally coming as
Walking Dead.
Magenta from Rocky Horror Picture.
Yes.
Zombie.
We took the kids to the Spirit Halloween store last night. One, they had a blast.
I bet.
And 2, we got everybody a Halloween costume except Trenton.
Oh.
So I think I'm gonna have to order his online, but I'm not gonna say it yet because I want it to still be a secret. But our Halloween costumes are set.
Nice.
Yes.
I love that.
And we're gonna zombify them
Oh.
for the zombie karaoke party.
Perfect.
So we're gonna take our costumes and then do those as zombies. Because you can just be like a zombie anything. You can be like a zombie witch. You could be like a zombie zombie vampire, right? You gotta be a zombie something.
Most days I feel like a mombi. I'm a zombie mom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got 3 kids at my house right now. I'm like, Lord knows what I'll come back to. They've been home alone most of the day.
Yeah, I totally get that. So I won't give it up, but I'll tell you when we get off air what the outfits are gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit of a surprise.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Because I'm also gonna wear that outfit for Trick or Treat on the Ave,
Awesome.
which is actually on Halloween.
What day is Halloween this year?
It's a Tuesday. So Trick or Treat on the Ave happens on Halloween between 3 and 5, right here. So from like 2nd all the way down to like Palouse. They close down the main street. You can't drive on it.
Nice.
Darling Productions is one of the sponsors this year of Trick or Treat on the Ave. And we were just talking earlier. I saw Rosa from the Downtown Association. She's gonna have us down like where no, she said right here.
Oh, nice.
Where the fountain is.
I think that my office usually does that too.
We're gonna bring a tent and music and speakers and play music and do lights and give out candy and all that. So I'll be dressed up. It'll be awesome.
Be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right.
So you can come and hang out there too.
Hang out with you. Do I get any candy if I come?
For sure.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely.
If there's candy, I will so be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Keith is going to come and do pictures.
Oh,
He's going to take a bunch of pictures.
Really
so
fun.
We'll post all of those up online after
Nice.
Trick or Treat on the app.
Sounds good.
So did I get everything? Oh no.
No, there's
One last,
more.
But wait.
There's more.
There's more. We're going to be doing packages for Christmas. So I have a Christmas elf. Oh, they're doing the memorial right behind us. Oh my God, we should be kind of quiet, shouldn't we?
Oh man. Okay.
All right, guys. I think I'm just not quite sure, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers in a row. So maybe they're just driving. They could be just driving.
Maybe.
Okay.
We're just trying to be really respectful.
So I am. So you can't see the screen, Shannon, but I have, you know how I have gratitude for Shannon hugs. So you know how people like to visit Santa or have Santa visit them during the holidays?
Yeah.
Well, how about having Mrs. Claus or Christmas Elf or the Grinch or Mrs. Grinch?
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Right?
I mean, all of the above. The Grinch is one of my favorites for Christmas movies. And Elf is like probably, I really like that movie. I was shocked. I wasn't really a Will Ferrell fan until I saw Elf, and then I really loved him.
So we're going to do these Christmas characters come to visit and ready for parties and Christmas cookie decorating parties and Christmas karaoke get-togethers. So nice. I'll have a Christmas Elf and a Mrs. Grinch and Mrs. Claus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're getting it all together. We're going to do a really fun photo shoot
Nice.
of us all like dressed up. And once we do that, I'll have more pictures to put up online.
Awesome.
So that's kind of what's coming up for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
I know there's a lot. It's very, very busy.
Well, hopefully, if I, I'll be slow during that time of year, which usually it slows down in real estate. So that I can be a part of a lot more of the fun.
Well, I hope so. I'll just keep telling you when and where things are.
Yeah,
and then you can
keep
just
telling me, and I'll keep doing my best to make it, as long as my energy level holds out. And
Well, I love that you keep getting all the emails. So
yeah.
there is an email subscription that people can be a part of, and that will keep you up to date on everything that is going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matthew's heard about the festival trees and the Christmas thing, and he has been thinking about putting something together. He
Oh,
doesn't have
good.
all of the details yet.
All right, good.
That's awesome.
Matthew's already thinking about the Christmas karaoke competition. Wonderful.
I think he can nail it.
Right. Well, there's only 20 spots.
Yep.
But the rest of you, it's your job to show up, be the audience, and donate to vote. Basically, donate to vote
Yeah.
for your favorite act.
Nice.
All right, Miss Shannon.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I
Oh,
love
thank
you.
I love you. I'm coming around to love on you.
Are you gonna stick around and have lunch with us, or are you?
Where,
I don't know.
I have a signing at 3:30.
Well, that's enough time.
I have my tummy really wants food.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I was gonna say walkabout, but we can do
Well,
John.
walkabout's good too. I mean, hey, if there's rice and vegetables, I'm pretty much game for that.
Okay.
How long are you?
About
We only have a
5,
few
6
more
minutes.
minutes left. Yep.
Oh yeah, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground here. Grayson,
did.
how are you doing? We're keeping the iconic light board in front of the Numerica Performing Arts Center.
Yeah, I
in
wish I
our
would have picked up on that
profile.
earlier on the show when I was playing with my pig, but I
Oh,
did
it's
not.
okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that was in our peripheral for the show today. It's right in downtown Wenatchee, very iconic light board. It's gotta get some attention sometime, you know?
I think I'm just spoiled because I get to see it like all the time.
Yeah, we right. I think we do kind of take it for granted sometimes. People just
Yeah.
pass by. It's like, oh, there's the time and the temperature and what's coming up, and yeah, for sure.
It happens. It happens.
So I know what it's like to be taken for granted and not paid attention to, and just pass by. So I give attention to things that don't get paid attention to.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But it's good to have you back. How you
Thank
been?
Been all right. I had some personal stuff to take care of. But I've been working on the show behind the scenes all this time, making sure we've got shows together. But yeah, I've just got a lot of personal stuff going on. Just my house is under inside and outside construction.
Yeah. Oh boy. Still.
Yeah. It's like the construction inside is going to be an ongoing thing all the way through spring, but so is my outside with my landscaping. So there's just a lot that's been going on, and that I've had to be home for contractors
yeah.
and plumbers and all the people that come by. I can't just not be there. And their schedules are full. So it always ends up being like they come on a Monday and they're not done until Friday, kind of a thing. Busy.
It's tough working with contractors like that.
Yeah.
I hope that gets settled for you pretty soon.
Well, not being able to use my hands, I've had to hire people to do things that I've never really been able to do on my property, like thinning out my trees, making sure they're not on the power lines, making sure my front tree's not on a light pole. I had ordered all this soil to do this landscaping, and my hands went bad, so now I have to move it. So there's like all these different people, but the inside is completely separate from the outside. It's just like, that's just fall stuff that has to get done, and I used to be able to do it on my own, and I've had to kind of sit back and be a little more humble about it and just be like, okay, you used to be able to do it and you can't do it now, but that doesn't mean you can't have people help you do it so that you're not struggling
You woke up and you decided to kill your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive slaying. So
It was a massive slaying. Yeah, I kind of like that.
because for me it is to give up that control and that power, you know.
It's hard.
It's really
Humility rarely ever comes to us voluntarily. Think about that. I'm going to say it again. Humility rarely ever comes to us voluntarily. We
It's
have
true.
to earn humility.
It's
And
true.
earning humility is hard.
It is. That's how I said it's like a massive slaying, because that's kind of how it's like a shift in your thinking, but you have to like kill that pride that you have. You know, you have to be like able to just say, all right, I can't do it, someone else can do it, but there's other things I can do. There's always something else that I can do.
Yes.
So I'll focus my attention on that.
Yeah.
And at least that's getting done. So it's just been,
Yeah. Focusing on the positive is a huge shift. That's a good shift for you.
especially, I mean, because it was bringing me down. It was bringing me down. So trying to work on trying to get back to where I was, you know, because it's a lot. But you gotta understand, you have a house, it's really financially, it's really expensive when you have to have things done to it already, right?
Mhm.
I had a pipe that burst last Christmas, sadly, and it's taken all this time to get to where I'm at now,
man.
having to have the house completely replumbed, and I'm like 90% there.
Yeah.
To learn that I have to redo both my bathrooms, and that a very important support from my joist was removed and has to be put back. And then I just look at the money, and it was stressful. It was really stressful. So to turn your attitude around is to be like, okay, this is the unforeseen. You have to know you live in a house that's 100 years old, so it's an unforeseen thing. You just have to go with it. You got to get it taken care of. And that's when, you know, interest rates are really high right now. So taking out a line of credit on the house it was really something I had to go talk to my parents about. So that humbleness comes from having my parents also help me. You know, I have to pay them back, but to just get it done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to get it done. So yeah, aside from all the personal stuff I've had to go through, and if anyone's asking, yes, I am better. I know I posted that I had to go to the emergency room, but I'm fine. Just stress, man. Just
No, I get
and
it.
but you
I
have
get
to
it.
put your best foot forward, right? You know,
Well, I
just
mean,
for today's
How about just a foot forward? Some days you just got to put a foot forward because that's what you can do, right? Like that's what you got.
I
you
put
got-
as many feet forward as I possibly can
Yeah.
in one day. And sometimes I have to take a few steps back because I took too much on.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I think you've done excellent, you know, in the past couple weeks. It's good to see your face and and we have a busy rest of October.
Oh my
and,
gosh, October is
but fun.
super busy. It's
But
gonna be
fun.
this show's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Where's
I'm
my
excited about giving away
of spooky
tickets.
music?
Are we doing that still? Tickets for the karaoke up in Manson?
No, there's
I'm-
no tickets.
I am super.
There's no tickets, but we are giving away creepy music.
I'm super excited for that. Dressing up to the zombie. I haven't made it to the Halloween Superstore yet. I plan to. It's getting to be that time.
okay. It's not like super store. It's kind of just soup store.
Oh, it's like, yeah, because they keep making it smaller the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
But I got a couple things I have to pick up from there to complete my zombie outfit, which I'm super
Yeah.
excited
I
about.
have to swing by there and pick up a couple extra things too. So I got to do a round 2 at the Halloween store, and I got to do an order online. Yeah, Halloween's a big deal for me.
I know.
But yes, I'm glad that you brought up the fact that we are going to be doing a prize giveaway for the zombie karaoke party, because I wasn't going to get all into that because I'm going to be working on that this weekend, but starting Monday on the website on our darlingproductionswa.com, there'll be a form for you to fill out to get entered to win this prize. But the caveat is that you have to dress as a zombie, and you have to attend the zombie karaoke party to win said prize. So there'll be more details. I'll be putting up the form on the website this weekend, so be watching the front page of darlingproductionswa.com for more details. And that prize is going to be a pretty cool gift package from Lord and Lady and the winery next door, like that whole block that they are on, or they're all going to put together some items from their different stores on the block and put it in a big gift basket.
Our gift baskets, I have to say, for everything that we've ever done, are amazing.
They're bomb, man.
I've never been, a part of anything like, I remember on Valentine's Day, I participated trying to get other people to participate, and I'm kind of excluded from this whole thing. But it's fun to watch people like actually want when they see what it is. Like, no one wants to volunteer, right? And then they see it and they're hesitant, so you have to like jump in, and then all of a sudden they're like super excited and want it. But our gift baskets are crazy. For every event that we ever have something like that, if we tell you, you should come out and participate.
Yeah.
Sure.
We always under promise, over deliver. So when we say we have a really cool gift prize, then it's usually like something that's at least worth $150, if not more.
Or something.
Because I'm like, what else can I throw in the gift package?
Yeah.
Throw some more swag in there. Here. And then I'm still like calling people. I'm like, I'm going to pick up some more stuff for the gift package from this person and this person. When we're doing the karaoke competition, I was like, I think I could probably put together gift packages for all the participants. And Marissa is like, is that going to come out of the budget, or are you going to get it all donated? And I'm like, what do you think? I'm going to get it all donated. That's how it rolls. Like, we got stuff donated. We make these big gift packages, prize packages. Like, that's what we do. We want to show people they're appreciated. So we want you to get excited about the zombie karaoke party. We want you to come hang out with us in Manson, because the Haunted Manson block party is going to be really cool. That starts actually like early in the day, like noon. So you can come up early and hang out, but then the karaoke party is going to start at 6. We want to make as many Walking Dead zombies as possible. They're going to have some drone footage, and then we'll pick the winner out of the living dead zombies that are there from the people who get qualified through the online form. And we'll tell you about that online form, more details on Monday.
I really hope after we were talking that there is going to be a flash mob.
We're trying to do a thriller flash mob.
That would be super sick. If anyone knows about that, contact me. I'd love to be a part of flash mob. I haven't done flash mob since Seattle, so that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look into that. All right, well, we got to get going. We did a lot today. Just remember the ballots for the election come out in the mail this week if you are a resident of Wenatchee.
Please vote. Your vote is
remember to vote. I have been really enjoying some of the social media campaign that's coming out for Mike Poyer. We want to thank him for being a supporter of this podcast. This is one. It said Mike Poyer is not a politician. Mike Poyer is a philanthropist. And last Friday, he Saturday, I think it was Saturday, the Alethea Run of the Roses. That's their annual fundraiser. So there's Mike and his wife, Maureen, at the annual Run of the Roses. They made over $250,000 for the Alethea Riding Center. Yes. That was fantastic. And then we have another picture here that was on there. It says Mike Poyer is not a politician. He is a Bappa. Instead of grandpa and grandma, Mike's 3 grandchildren call him and his wife Maureen Bappa Emoji. So there you can see him with his granddaughter Edith. So those ballots go out this week. Go to WenatcheeValley.com. You can find out more information about Mike Poyer. He is the future mayor of Wenatchee. I want to thank all my guests who came on the program today. Matthew Pippin, who is his book, 9 Strangers, comes out in 3 days. 3 days on Amazon.
Get your copy.
Advance order your copy. All right. Jessie Drake, thank you so much. She is from the Wenatchee World, and now it seems like we're going to do a nice segment with her every week. She's going to let us know what's going on. She does the events in the Go section of the Wenatchee World. And Shannon Delaney Kraft, come and tell us about the state of real estate and her experience and recap of being a sponsor for our vendor scholarship at the Washington State Swap Meet. Plus, a big thank you to everyone here at the Numerica Performing Arts Center for hosting us. Even though we're outside, we decided to be outside today here because we wanted to for everybody to remember the iconic light board that is out here and that they see every single day when they drive down Wenatchee Avenue. And Grayson, of course, thank you for being with us today and always helping out with the show.
Absolutely.
We're going to be back next week for another episode of What's Up Wenatchee. We will, we've got Jocelyn from the YWCA talking about the Halloween drag show coming up as a fundraiser for them. Corey Clark from the Greater Wenatchee Halloween Toy Show. Our Chief Hope Officer is coming back. And our Professor of Spook, Eric Warren.
We have 2 professors of Spook for 2 different shows.
Oh, good.
So it's going to be
All right.
really, really fun.
I love that.
We're going to have Eric Warren and we're going to have Jiggles, both of local fame of horror here locally in the Valley, though Eric does no longer live here. It's going to be great. I'm excited about that.
Sweet. You can always go back and watch past episodes of What's Up Wenatchee on our Spotify page, our YouTube page. You could support us on our Supercast, www.supercast.com. We appreciate everything. We've got some new equipment on the way that we're going to unbox this week. So you can watch us unbox that and then hopefully get it incorporated into the show for next week. We really appreciate all of you who tune in and watch and interact. And we will see you out there. Have a great day. Peace out, everybody.